Facebook, that their government give them support. Say, how many young people here, you have a dream, you have a vision, and you go to get support? In fact, if you go to the bank to get a loan, your dream will die. So that's why we need a government that is working for all of us. And that's why we are here pushing for the government to know their roles. Okay. I want to bring the first major talk that we are going to have today. And the person that is going to speak to us is someone that has been central to the planning of this program and has made contributions and is still making contributions. He's a friend of mine that I know for years. And today we meet again for him to also speak on this theme, the role of government in setting up youth as vanguards for economic sustainability. Please, let's make welcome with a clapping ovation Engineer Joseph Nkoro to come and give us the first talk for this day. Engineer, welcome.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, my pastor, my friend, Josiah. It's a pleasure seeing you again after a very long time, standing on all existing protocols. My name is Joseph Nkoro, and I welcome all of us. Indeed, I have been part of this organization and the organization on the organizing of this event. I will have to stand in for just a little for His Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi. I am directed to tell us that he regrets not coming today because of events that happened, which we see as the will of God. Because right now, His Excellency is at Lafayette for his flag off of his presidential campaigns. In fact, this flag off was scheduled for the 20th of October, 2022. But because of the flood and our incoming president being who he is, empathetic, passionate for the people, he suspended this flag off and decided to, first of all, go and see the affected places, assess the level of damage. He was the only person that suspended his campaigns. So and he took every affected area, he took like 3-4 areas the same day just to cover within this short time. You would see him in Bayelsa, the next moment he's in Anambra, he's in Kogi State, like that. He took all those places together until he was able to cover all the affected places. And then the flag off was rescheduled for today, causing a clash. So immediately he sent us his regrets, and I'm standing here to tell us that His Excellency, why His Excellency is not right here today, why his seat is vacant. That's that. Now, I am here to talk about the role of government in setting up youth as vanguards for economic sustainability. You see, having thought about this subject, we chose His Excellency Peter Obi, who is an economist. He would have been in the very right position to elaborate on this. The next speaker, who will still be here, we are still waiting for him, Chief Alessoti, is another economist who will speak well about this. But coming from my background, I will come from another place. Like I said, my name is Joe Nkoro. I happen to be the first governorship candidate for the Young Progressives Party, YPP, in 2019. So, and I was the youngest in Nigeria at the time. That's 2019. So I will come from the path of being a young guy who had passion and still have it for Abia State, and I chose to act. That is what I want to implant in all of us today. Now, for you to be a leader, for you to be recognized as a leader, you must be a leader yourself. The youngest Guba candidate, 2019. How old was I? I was 37. You will think 37 is very small or very young, but add 4 more years to 37, you have 41. Why am I saying this? Because any young person here right now and outside listening to us right now who says that whatever is happening in the society is none of his business, know that you're getting old. Change is the only thing that is constant. Some time back, I was a young guy. But right now, I cannot really call myself a young guy. Some of us here, seated here, might be saying, I'm 17, I'm 18, so what's going on is none of my business. And you elect whoever, or you go and collect money, like what happened in 2019. Most of us collected money and voted what was what they wanted them to vote. But see what we're going through. And for the next 4 years, that guy that was 17 years old 4 years ago is now 23, right? 21. Okay, 17. And the person that was 19 is 23 years old today. And any other mistake you make, that's another 4 years gone. And you realize that we are in a very serious quagmire that we need to bring ourselves out. So coming from my side now, I want to talk to us about the need to be politically aware of what is going on in this country. If you want to be relevant, Pastor Josiah, I want to introduce whoever is coming. Who is coming in? All right. Okay, I'm still standing on the existing protocols. The young people, in order to be relevant, must participate in politics. The young people, in order to be relevant, to be recognized, must participate in politics. Now, that in this country is affecting every one of us. It is clear, it is glaringly clear that what is happening right now affects everybody, is affecting everybody. Look, we are, ASU has been on strike for over 8 months. Good. They just called it off, but I've not seen students go back to school. Why? Why do you think ASU went on strike? And for over 7 months, our government did not do anything. Why? Because the government we voted has no interest in education. Now, if they took the young people serious, this thing would have happened. This thing would never have happened. Never. So we, at this time, must, as a matter of urgency, be involved in the polity. There is no excuse about it anymore. We cannot sit back. In 2019, I was not happy with the salaries owed our parents. All those things happening now. Teachers weren't being paid. Pensioners, nothing. Infrastructure, zero at the time. And I realized there was need to go and change things. Those were my burning passions then that made me contest for the governorship thing.
But lately, after seeing what happened at the election, I learned a lot of things. I would really encourage us to be a part. You mustn't contest something, but you should be part of what is going on. Don't be in this electoral thing because you want to get money, because of the money you intend to get. If not, you will not get a government that will be interested in empowering you for sustainable economy, for sustainability in the economy. And if you want to be relevant, you must make yourself relevant.
Are we in a these politicians? Are we in a
I want to assure us something. I'm saying this thing I'm saying it live. That this particular election should be different. As far as I am concerned, it's going to be different. Election now is going to be different.
With the BVAS and the changes in INEC rules, we have a little faith in the electoral process this time.
So we are sure a little that that our votes will count this time.
And I can tell you that it is going to be different. Some of us would be of the opinion that this is a political rally, Labour. Like I said, I am YPP. I am a stakeholder in YPP. And you see, so this is not a political something. But coming from my element, which is politics, kind of, I am standing to talk about it. So, but know that this is not a it has nothing to do with Labour. Because I am YPP, and I'm still YPP. And I'm telling you that I don't care who is my Guba candidate. I don't care who is the other person's Guba candidate right now.
We are not going to vote with regards to party. Your vote shouldn't be on party lines. You should not vote on party lines. Look at somebody telling me,
though I wouldn't want to call Tinubu's name, but let me call Tinubu. Is it good to call Tinubu's name? Some people are supporting one particular Guba candidate, one particular presidential candidate, because the person is from one particular side. That is ethnicity. That is ethnic bias or tribal bias.
We should not vote along those lines. Politicians has made it like that to keep us divided. They exploit us. They separate us because, you know, normally a bunch of broom, you cannot break it, right? Because they are together. But separate it, bring it out, you can snap it just without even thinking about it. You snap it. Unity is essential. So they must put us in disunity so that they can have their way. In this present time, some politicians will come out and say the North needs a Northerner. Some will say it is the turn of the Yorubas. But we should not vote along those lines. In fact, anybody that makes such statements, that should be a red flag. Red flag. Be alert. This guy Adegemma. Be alert. Anybody that says anything politically based on party lines and now you want me to support somebody like those people because I'm APC. Right now I can tell you that we are vetting. Personally, I am vetting all the Guba candidates. I've been there. I know what it takes and I know most of those people's profile. I can tell you, don't vote anybody because of fine boy. I'm going on one at that time. If I don't meet the things that you want, don't vote for me. Don't vote with regards to this guy is handsome. Look at this guy, so handsome. Deputy are handsome. No, this is the team. No, there has got to be.
Anyways, Bomad, I think I like you. Please permit me. I like to get my audience to feel free. That is why I would switch to our language, Okwibo. So permit me. Like I was saying, anybody that tells you anything along those lines, avoid that person.
There should be measure And for you to measure somebody, remember the Bible says, with whatever measure you give, that you shall be given. For you to measure somebody, you must make sure you are up to that measure with which you are giving somebody. Now, let me explain. I saw consternation in your face. Consternation in headache, confusion. I just some more teaching me. All right. Let me explain. Whoever we are going to vote should have capacity. Should be capable of taking us from the slums that we are in right now to where we are supposed to be. Capacity. Acumen. Intelligence. Proficiency, efficiency. Proven record of being a professional and a leader and solving problems. Proven records. So if somebody does not meet these things, don't. Because I am talking from experience. There are lots of handsome guys parading to be Guba candidates. Don't look at, hi, Pastor, let me stand in your mantle and tell them about Eliab, the first son of Jesse. Samuel, the prophet. God told Samuel to go to the house of Jesse and anoint for him a king for Israel. That was when he rejected Saul. So Samuel went. When he got there, he called Jesse and said, I want to see your sons. When the first son came out, Eliab, the guy was tall, handsome. Ebube. They follow him everywhere he goes. Samuel the prophet, listen, Samuel the prophet said, this indeed is the king of Israel. Because he had the beauty, the looks, the airs of a king. But God paused him that there and then, say, pause. I don't look at physical appearances. It is the heart that I look at. Fine boys. Too much. Go to records. History. That is why we have history. History repeats. History repeats. Most of us may have been young in 1984, 1983, when Buhari was the president of the head of state of Nigeria. Everything that happened that time is happening now and has happened. That time. Naira. Now. Inflation, mad inflation took over this country. It is happening right now. Everything, history repeats. So always go to history. Always go back to history. Thank you. I was advised to go close to Peter Obi, handsome man. Okay, like I was saying. Now, if you have been attentive, what was the last thing I said? Fine boy, tell me please. Thank you. History repeats itself. History repeats itself. So, anybody you're going to vote, check the records. Okay, all of us know the situation of the status of Abia State right now. Abia State is not in the best of states right now. And that is why we must make a conscious attempt to change the status quo. Not just changing the status quo, we need to start changing our mentality. That will lead to a new paradigm for us to change this state. And we must try to achieve it this time. So anybody that has any dealings with this government, I'm saying these things because most of us, thank you. I'm saying this thing because most of us, we don't really know what politics entails, and we are not really aware of our rights as politicians, as citizens. Because no matter who you are, where you are, what you think you are, there is an element of politics in the society, even in your family, in you. My elder brother, problem day. That's politics. Yes. Asege, you know, give him his right. So there is politics in everything. We, the people, the citizens, must be aware. Once these politicians start seeing you as aware, know that whatever you ask for, you shall get it. I'm telling you. If it were that the existing political establishment right now takes any of us serious or any of our parents serious, what is going on right now should not be going on. I'm saying this thing and I'm repeating it because of the need for us to be aware. Most of us think that politics, initially, we used to think that politics is all about that person. Even though, even as I speak with you, some of our parents in the villages still think that politics in Bo, Onyangwetara, rice and beans, that person that brings. And you're a politician. You see, we have a politician in our midst. There are things that need to change for us to go forward. Tribalism got to go. Religion, religious bias, because religious sentiments, it needs to go. I'm voting this guy because of Onye Sabbath. That has to stop. That has to go. Vote competence. I'm telling you that it's not going to be politics as usual. I may not vote my own Guba candidate. I'm saying it on live camera. I have criteria that I'm using to judge everybody. To me, all of these people are one. But I need that person that has the capacity, that has the proven record of performance, that has been a leader, that has this passion. When I contested, I know I had one strong thing I had was this passion and the need to change the status quo. Naturally, I'm not blowing my trumpet. So I knew the things that needed to be done. I walked through everything and I was shocked. And all the while before then, I was engaged. That is why I want us to be serious about politics. I was engaged in, this office of the citizen opposition. You know, when you don't have any political office, you can maybe go on Facebook or do some kind of rallies and tell people, see what is going on. How many of us here check the budget? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell us that in this Nigeria, non a budget. On our state, on our budget. Okay, come so quiet in English. All the bad things going on in any state and in this country is all in the budget. But we don't read it. We don't check it. None of us bothers to go bring out their budget and see what they are doing with your money. Sometime during good luck, I budgeted, I think, 900 million for cutting of hair for Aso Rock. Nketa has some budget. The dog in Aso Rock has a very mighty budget. That thing, they in the budget, but nobody reads it. The budget is padded in front of us, but none of us go to la budget in this place right now. Try just pick up the 2019 own for Abia State. You will see that, okay, for example, ego on a budget for office of the governor. Pensioners go and check it. Check here. Office of the governor alone. Okay, now I can tell you that Ibazu, our governor, is a very good person. Personally, he's a very good person, jovial, simple, down to earth. But the results of his leadership is everywhere, is there for everybody to see, right? But it doesn't change the fact. Some people will say that Ibazu is a failure, flat out. But it doesn't change the fact that that man personally is a good person. When you meet him one-on-one and talk to him, you see that on we get any problem. But I could be civil servants. Akube pensioners ụgwọ. HMD, Hospital Management Board, eji ha ụgwọ. There were some issues that caused Abia Poly to lose its status as a polytechnic, right? But always bo mmadụ na-achị there. That is why anyị ekwesịghị ile anya fine boy in this coming election. Anyị ekwesịghị ile onye na-eke ego. It is for the purpose of stress and emphasis. And I will be rounding off, seeing my honorable pastor standing up. The point is this. I wanted to engage us. That we should be politically alert to what is going on now. You have food, but if you're sleeping, if you don't know that you have food or you deserve to have this particular food, some other people might not go, but you don't know about it. We'll be eating it. We need to be aware of what we have, what is inside us, and what we can change this country. I know, starting from the state, we should vote the right person. I'm not campaigning for anybody. But I'm telling you, we should vote for the right person. Thank you very much. My pastor. Thank you.
Let's celebrate engineer. I met engineer while he was running for governor at Abia Poly. We talked, and all that. Then I was so proud of him at that time. So proud, And today he has added another title to my name. Some call me pastor, some call me reverend. He has added honorable pastor. So don't forget it when you see me on the road. If you used to call me pastor, add what? Honorable. It's very important. Before I'll collect your PVC from you. All right. That was good. I am out. I follow a lot of things online and on the TV. I follow American politics. But this year, since Mr. Peter B came out, I started following. I used to read newspapers, follow them, but I started following Nigerian politics more than I've ever done before, because this is the first time. Before, we see politicians drive their cars with their sirens pass. They'll be watching us from a tinted glass. We can't have direct contact with them. Anytime they want to speak, they will be on a podium and we'll be on the floor. And when they finish, their security guard will guide them into their cars and go. And we don't have contact. I follow American politics. I follow their debates. I follow everything. I see when they come down and talk to people, listen to people, answer questions, and all that. I've even seen an American student throw a shoe at a presidential candidate, and nothing happened. And the man said, leave him. He has his verse. Let me answer his questions. And a lot of things. And I've decided in my little capacity that I want to find a platform where we can interact, see these people that we want. If I ask you who are the governorship candidates of Abia State, have you met any one of them? Who are the senatorial candidates? Have you shaken any one of them? Have you had a talk with any one of them? Who are the House of Assembly candidates? Have you been able to talk with any one of them? Do you have the privilege? I've decided, as much as I can get the contact, to have a platform where we can touch them and ask them questions and be able to vote for them. If not, we will waste our votes the way they say we should waste it. I'm telling you. So this is the time for you to engage. We have platform we can engage. Social media is a strong platform. Strong platform. Can engage. After all, everyone now say you're not a politician, but you're obedient. Who are you? Are you not a politician? If you're obedient, are you not a politician? So don't shy away from this thing we are saying. Be objective and constructive in this season. Just your little contribution can make a whole lot of difference in this state, in this country. Celebrate yourself. We have just 2 more talks and we are done. I will use the last one as the climax of this meeting. Thank you for your patience. I have a lady who I'm going to give the time, but before I do that, I want to recognize the entourage and the presence of Engineer Chinedu Onyizu, the Abia South Senatorial candidates under Labour Party. You're welcome, Engineer. I was expecting to see one fat, and I saw someone that looks like my friend. I can relate with, and someone I think we're in the same age limit, if I'm not mistaken. You should be 40 something, I think so. So we are in the same. So maybe after we'll have to have a conversation, because we need to have young people who are passionate as we are to come out and tell us what they have. And we are happy to have you. Let's celebrate him and his entourage for coming. God bless you, sir. So I want to bring a lady to come. This woman, I met her, and sometimes I'm a passionate person, but there are some people I see about whatever they do. They are so passionate. She's not coming here to talk about this. He's coming here to talk about the role of government. She's someone that has, as a lady, strived to accomplish something that men have not accomplished. I don't know if she will permit me, but I will say that she is the #1 long reacher in Abia State. You know long reach now, right? She's a 2-star director of long reach. She's a public speaker. She's an entrepreneur. She is a woman you will not be disappointed to hear her talk about the role of government. I was able to beg to pull her to come, thinking that we'll have a full house. But anyway, it's a platform for her to impact the life of people. Let me tell you this before she comes. God does not see us as a group. God sees as individuals. God sees us as nations. One person here is a nation. God said to Abraham, I will make you what? I will make you what? I make you a great nation. So, under you, you can influence thousands of people and channel them. You can just go out there and say, I met somebody. And that person said, the person will go and meet another person. I met somebody. Before you know it, you have disciples who have the same ideology. Join me with a clapping ovation as we make welcome to this place Madam Linda Monde Peters to come and give us a wonderful speech. If you don't clap, I will not give her the microphone. Welcome, ma.
Good afternoon, Abba. Please permit me to stand on because I know there is an existing protocol already. I am not a politician, so I may not know how to call the excellencies. So please permit me to please stand on the already established protocol. My names are Mrs. Monde Peters. I am an Abian, Abumwaba. Okay, so I am a called civil servant. I am also an entrepreneur. First, I want to give God all praise for the opportunity to stand before us, but then I am deeply disappointed. I would have worked, I would have taken a work, but many are called, but very few are chosen. That is why I actually decided to stay back. But of a truth, this wasn't what I was expecting. Should it be that the excellency is here? What magic? Is it that he would bring crowd with him or what? I expected an overflow. So what happened? I heard the billboard has been up for 2 weeks, welcoming P2B to Enyimba City. Is this how we are going to vote? This is telling us how the Aba man is going to vote. This is very simple. If we heard that Obi is coming, and all of us are shouting Obi, 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 if truly Obi was there, because Obi was actually meant to be here, if not for 4 days ago, they said he was flagging off campaign today. So could this be the warm welcome we would have given to him? We've been watching over the Facebook, social media has been carrying that everywhere he goes in diaspora, everywhere there's always been an overflow. Why this? Are we going to reschedule this? I mean, why this? I've developed cold feet already. I don't know who I'm going to talk to now because we expected a whole crowd, like an overflow, like people. I had a program here last year, if I'm correct. Okay, Ken, last year, right? I had a program here last year, October. There was an overflow. I had a program, the whole of this place, at the staircase here, people were sitting down. At the pavilion, there was no space. And this was a program that I had same program in Omaya, and I had the same program the following day in Aba. I had that crowd in Omaya. I had same crowd in Aba the following day. And I'm asking, why this? Is this how we are going to come out to vote? If, when you were coming as a person, did you bring one person? When you were coming for, this is a conference. You know, in the civil service, when you tell people to come for conference and workshop, they will ask you, people refuse to come and be impacted with knowledge. No wonder we sit down and complain as civil servants that government is not paying us. No wonder as graduates we complain that I will boldly say that I prostitute because I don't have a job. As a kidnapper that you are, can you boldly tell somebody your profession, that your profession is to kidnap a fellow Nigerian? If you are an armed robber that carries gun, who have you told that your job, that your profession is to carry gun? The theme today is the role of government in empowering youth for sustainability of economy, isn't it? And that is the message we brought. Obi has asked us to go and tell the Aba man that you can actually feed yourself from the things that you dwell on in your own home every day. As a director in the civil service, I bet you I don't have a bicycle. As a civil servant, courtesy of, I'll be retiring soon. I joined the service before 18 years. This one should be off camera because I am not supposed to join service before 18 years. But something led to something. That is why when you say that you're kidnapping or you're armed robber or that you're a prostitute because you're a graduate, because there's no job in Nigeria, I said no to that. You don't have to. See, when somebody lie you down like this, you need to turn yourself. How about the little kids? When you lie them down, they struggle to turn. Should I come to tell you my life story? I lost my dad quite in time. As I stand here today, I am an orphan. What excuse do you have? I was not trained by my parents right from secondary school, but today I have 4 degrees to myself. This is somebody that lost her father in my JS1. I lost my dad in my JS1. I have every excuse, I have every reason to sleep around to make ends meet. But I took my destiny in my own hands. And that is what we want us to do today. Are we going to campaign? We are not politicians. Ordinarily, I should not come here where there is YPP, where there is APC, where there is PDP, where there is Labour Party. But I am a Labour man because I am a civil servant. The umbrella and the acronym Labour is for TUC and we that are civil servants. And that is where we are identifying. NIPODA, that is Nigerian Youth Movement, for Peter Obi and Dati Ahmed. By his grace, I happen to be the Deputy National Coordinator Southeast for that umbrella. See, please let's not clap because when you clap, I'll get distracted. It's civil servants that, it's politicians that clap. You know, when they call them, of course, they will always come. I wish they are even here. I'll talk to them. You know, these politicians, when they come, they have lots of people that are coming behind them. I was at ZELE's place yesterday. I think this honorable also walked in there yesterday too. Okay, so while I was there, the flag bearer for PDP, governorship aspirant, came in. And, the crowd that came with him, and the people that have been longing to see for a long time, I was able to see them, and I know I was talking with them one-on-one. They said, Linda, we've not been seeing you. I said, I took the entrepreneurial parts. I dropped my directorship as a civil servant, and I took the bull by the horn. I took my own destiny in my own hands. What did I do? I embraced an opportunity and became an entrepreneur. What am I doing? I brush mouth every day. You brush mouth every day. We bet. We use sanitary towel. Okay, let me ask. During COVID-19, were we opening our shops? We were not, right? Okay, so the women that were doing menses, the people that are still within the age of the bracket of menses period, were you doing your menses? Were your menses on lockdown? Were menses on lockdown? Okay, so, but the aspirants are not also here. The team said the rule of government in setting up youths as vanguard for economic stability. When I came in, a lady was speaking. She said, when you go out and come back, you cry for this nation. I am one of those. I don't know about any other person. If somebody has said, I will not leave this country, I said I cannot go and live abroad. I said it. If I let me tell that by April, I actually changed my mind. April this year. Almost everybody I know have left this country. Almost everybody I know have left the country. I took that decision April this year. I started to leave. Because when you cannot freely go to Enugu from here, when you can no longer go to Port Harcourt, when you can't go to Owerri, I decided to leave. But while I was leaving, I remembered I have people that cannot also live with me. My siblings, I have 7 of them. When I leave and go away with my 2 kids, how about my siblings? And why I said I will not leave this country was because in 3 years, because this is 2 years of COVID-19, right? As an entrepreneur, in 3 years, I was able to do 11 countries. And this is why I said, I cannot go and live abroad because within that short period I will go abroad, the cold will be so severe. I like jumping public transport. But people that knows me will say, why would you want? I said, why won't I? I feel free when I join public transport because I feel like it's you and I. And that is what government is meant to be, for you and I. And I tell you, my dear, if we can take the bull by the horn, you will forget this government. Government will look for who to rule. They will not see I and you. Because you will not be there to complain. I will not be there to complain. So we'll let them to hell with them that said they want to govern. Who are they even governing? Who are they ruling? If you can afford yourself a good home, if you can afford yourself 3 square meals or even more, do you know that you don't need to be a philanthropist you don't need to be a politician to be a philanthropist? You can empower lives. I came here today, I came prepared on behalf of Obi. We wanted to impact nothing less than 50 to 100 Abian youths today. But where are the youths? Do you know that you can change your whole life by believing in yourself? I actually left, I don't know the names of these guest artists, but they are somewhere today performing live at Heaven's Event Center in Lagos. I was supposed to be in that royal treat, but because of all of us that's crying for better Nigeria, I decided to put away that event just to be here with us. We need to... I don't know where to start, but okay, let me tell us a very short story, and I'll hand over this mic. I want to encourage you as an individual. Let us change the narratives now. The only way you can change the narratives is to tell yourself that this is your project. I am not talking about the governorship. I'm not talking about the House members. I'm not talking about the senatorial seats. I'm not talking about the council chairman. I'm not talking about the councillors. The only time I voted in Nigeria was the only time first when I voted Jonathan. What is that his name? Ebele. Good luck, Jonathan. I voted in his first time. And after that, I did not vote again. I thought in his second time that since he was in the office, he could get back the office for himself. So I did not go out the second time to vote. But this time around, I need you, sir, to go get 50 persons. Oga, you. I need the man that is next to you to go get 50 persons. I need someone who could say, I can get up to 200 persons. Do you know that starting from tomorrow, being Sunday, as you go and sit in the first service and second service, you can ask someone who is sitting by your side like this, by your right-hand side, and someone who is sitting by your left-hand side, have you got your PVC? And as you are asking, you are bringing out your own PVC. In fact, you should be looking at your PVC, and each time when you look at it,